everybody. Today we're going to make something for a holiday that's coming up. It's Israel's birthday, or Yom Haatzmaut. We're going to dye rice blue for a project and for a fun sensory bin. So we can use this for two different things. Let's go see what we need. Okay, to do this project, I need some rice, I need some vinegar, I need some food coloring, I have a teaspoon and a plastic bag. The first thing I'm going to do is open my bag of rice and scoop it into the plastic bag. I already have a measuring cup in here. You don't really need to measure, but it helps. I'm gonna do 2 cups of rice because I'm gonna use some for a project and some for just to play with. So I wanna make sure I have a lot. So I'm gonna be careful not to spill. Put 1 cup in here and put another cup in here. Careful, careful. Don't want to spill. And I fill it up. I'm gonna put a little bit more because my cups weren't all the way full. Just a little bit more. There we go. I'm gonna close this back up and move it out of my way because it'd be helpful if I move it out of my way. Okay, so now I have my rice in the bag. Next, I want to add my vinegar. You need to add 1 teaspoon of vinegar for every cup you use. So I use 2 cups of rice, so I need 2 teaspoons of vinegar. So I'm gonna measure it out. One, 2. This is not an exact science, so you use too much or too little, it should be okay. I would err on the side of too much though. Now I'm gonna put my drops of food coloring in. I'm gonna put a whole bunch of drops. The more drops you add, the more color your rice will be. So if you want it to be super blue for Yom Haatzmaut, then you wanna add a lot of blue. I think I'm running low on food coloring. I better go shopping today. I'm doing lots of projects with food coloring lately. Now look, I close up my bag. The next step is I'm gonna mix my rice around. So I'm gonna turn it over, and this is the fun part. You just get to toss your rice all over. Shake, shake, shake. Shake it until it's all blue. And if it's not blue enough, you can also add more food coloring. You wanna make it as blue as possible. So that way you have a nice blue bag. All right, see there? Now I have blue rice. How's that look? Did I do a good job? What do you think? Now I have my blue rice, but now it's all wet and I need to wait for it to dry. So I'm gonna go get something to put it in. I'll be right back. Okay, so here I have a casserole dish. You can see it's a glass casserole dish. And I lined it up with paper towels. The paper towels are not necessary, but it'll help the rice dry faster. Now I'm gonna take my blue rice and I'm gonna pour it in to my paper towel lined casserole dish. Make sure I get it all out of the bag. As much of it out as I can. It's pretty wet, so it's sticking to the bag. You can see it sticking to the bag. Now I'm gonna push it so it's flat. I might get a little blue on my fingers. That's fine with me. If it's not fine with you, you can always wear gloves. I'm gonna push it down all in the corners. The flatter it is, the faster it'll dry. Now this could take a long time, so you have to be very patient. It could take 1 day, it could take 5 hours. I don't really know how long it's gonna take. You want your rice to be nice and dry before you play with it, and you do not want it to smell like vinegar. There we go. So now my blue rice is inside the container, and I'm gonna go put it somewhere to dry, and then I can play with it and work with it when it's done. And remember, I'm gonna use some of it for an art project and some of it just to make a cool blue and white sensory bin for Yom Haatzmaut. All right, guys, so I'll come back when it's dry. Have a good day. So it's been about 5 hours and my rice is all dry and ready to play with. First, I'm going to save some rice to do an art project with later. So I'm gonna scoop some into this plastic bag. Oh, I closed it and then opened it again. So I'm just gonna scoop out some and save it for later because I wanna use it for an art project that I'll show you when I'm ready. So this is for my art project later. I'm gonna put that to the side and save it. Now I wanna make my rice sensory bin blue and white because it's Yom Haatzmaut, or Israel's birthday. And the Israeli flag is blue and white. So first I'm gonna carefully take out these paper towels. I don't wanna get rice everywhere. Oh, I am getting rice everywhere. Don't make a big mess. And if you do, make sure you clean it up. I'm being very careful. I'm putting all the rice in here. All right, so now this is all done. I'm gonna go throw out my paper towels because I am all done with those. And I'm going to put some white rice in. I didn't have to dye any white rice because that's the color that rice usually is. And I add maybe a scoop and a half of white rice. And I don't want to use too much because I don't want to waste all my rice. And I'm going to mix it up. So now I have my Israeli sensory bin. Now what can I do with my blue and white sensory bin? Let's see. I have a cup and I have a spoon. So I can scoop it. I can dump it. I can put it in my hands. I can measure it. If you have funnels or tubes or bottles, you can use that to play with too. I can make it separate like water, like Moshe parting the Red Sea. It's just fun to play with. It's fun to run it through your fingers and to scoop it and put it in the cup. Listen to the sound it makes. And I can pour it through my fingers again. So what are you gonna do with your sensory bin? It's so much fun to use. So here's an example of one thing you can do. I have 2 cups. One has a hole in it and one does not. I'm gonna scoop the rice into the one with a hole in it, put this one under, and I can let the rice run through. I can run it through the hole in there. How long does it take me to get the rice out? I can use my spoon to scoop it in, and dump and pour and scoop. What are you going to use in your sensory rice bin? Are you going to use a funnel, a tube? Are you going to cut a hole in your cups? Maybe you can even try using a strainer. That could be a lot of fun. What can you do? I can't wait to see what you do. Now later, I'm going to show you how you can use your rice to make an art project. So I'll see you soon. I'll see you soon and we'll do our art project together.